Hey everyone, this is Heart Capricorn. Today I will be discussing relationships that are more likely to end in disaster for Capricorns. Now, the good thing about Capricorns, and I've mentioned this before, Capricorns are not the type of zodiac sign who gives up on relationships easily. So if your relationship is ending with the Capricorn and it's ending in disaster, more than likely there are red flags that the Capricorn may have ignored, or even red flags that you may have ignored, because I'm not the type of person who blames the other person or fully blame the other zodiac for the end of a relationship, because honestly, us as Capricorns can do things or have personality types that get on other people's nerves that will just make them want to end the relationship. It's not always on the other person. So definitely look inward when you are in relationships and try to figure out things that you make and change about yourself also. And once that other person see that you're trying to change or trying to better yourself, maybe that person will start to do the same. It never hurts to try, especially when you are in a relationship or a situation where you want it to work. So give it a try. Okay, so one of the personality types that will more than likely end in disaster for a Capricorn when it comes to our relationships is definitely a stubborn person. Now, I will say this first. Capricorns are really stubborn enough for the whole relationship. So keep that in mind when you are dealing with a Capricorn. Now, I say that Capricorns are stubborn, which we are, but at the same time, Capricorns are very level-headed. Many Capricorns don't allow our stubborn nature to get in front of the plans that we have or the ability to actually destroy a relationship that is meaningful to us. One thing about a Capricorn is we would never allow our stubborn nature to lead us astray. And I did mention that Capricorns are very level-headed. We're very mature. So if a Capricorn sees that something is not going how we planned and we maybe need to change the course of action, Capricorns are very good at doing that. If we see that our stubborn nature is driving you further away from us, Capricorns are able to check ourselves and basically cut that stubbornness off for a while. And that is what honestly makes Capricorn great. Not a lot of people are able to stop that stubborn side of them to see the bigger picture. And that is when a Capricorn will draw away from you, when we see that side of you where you're not able to set your stubborn nature aside for the relationship or just simple things in your life. Because Capricorns are definitely watching you to see how you maneuver different situations. Are you able to bend for the things and the people that you love? Or are you just going to do what you want to do because it's how you've always done it and you're not thinking about anybody else's feelings? Capricorns are definitely looking at this, and that's another thing. If you're being selfish, that is going to end in disaster for a relationship with the Capricorn. Capricorns absolutely cannot stand those who are not able to compromise for what they want out of life. Now, I'm not saying that you totally have to go against who you are at the core, but I wouldn't say that being stubborn is necessarily a good trait. And to me, it's not necessarily a bad trait. And I say this because it's very hard for others to influence Capricorns negatively, because we do have that stubbornness in the back of our head, and we're not going to do anything that we feel will deter us from our goals or prospering in any type of relationships that we want. And so if you're not able to separate yourself from being selfish and also being stubborn, that will just cause disaster in your relationship with a Capricorn. If you are not being understanding towards a Capricorn, that is definitely a recipe for disaster when you're dealing with us. Capricorns are not a sign who likes to tiptoe around situations or feel like we're walking on eggshells around certain people, especially those who we want to build a meaningful relationship with, those who we have built bonds with. Capricorns do not want to feel like we can't say certain things, or we can't be ourselves. We can't show you how hardworking we are, or we just can't show you the real us. Capricorns are not for that type of relationship. And honestly, zodiac aside, astrology aside, if you're with somebody, you should be able to be your full self without any judgment, any backlash. If that person wants to be with you, they want to be with you. You should be able to be free in every way that you can when you are around that person. If you are not able to be yourself and express your ideas and have your advice respected, I honestly don't see how any type of relationship can last through that. Capricorns don't like the feeling of being judged or watched just to be critiqued. If you are always trying to critique a Capricorn with no sound advice or legitimate reason as to why you're critiquing us or always watching us just to judge, you will get no peace out of that Capricorn. That will honestly make a Capricorn on edge. That would make us totally uncomfortable. And one thing about a Capricorn, we do not like being uncomfortable, and we don't like to be judged by people who we are in a relationship with. I mean, being judged will honestly just make you feel uncomfortable in any type of relationship. Why do you want to be around somebody who is going to be constantly judging you and have all eyes on you and no legitimate critique is coming from it? A Capricorn's logical mind can honestly not wrap around why somebody would behave this way. Especially when you are saying that you love that person and you want to be in a relationship with that person, you want to build a stronger relationship with that person. Why would you sit around and critique them all of the time? Capricorns cannot find the reasoning or the rationale behind that. And so that relationship with that Capricorn, if you behave this way, will more than likely end in disaster. And you probably need to get to the root as to why you behave that way, because that's not normal. That's not right. You don't do that to people that you love. So yeah, Capricorns will distance ourselves from you in a heartbeat. Being that way will honestly just make you unapproachable when it comes to a Capricorn. And that is another thing that will irritate the Capricorn to the point of just ending a relationship with you. You must be easy to talk to if you are trying to gain the respect and the gentleness of a Capricorn. Capricorns love to communicate with those who we are close to. Capricorns are not really the type who would be talkative around other people or strangers. But when it comes to our close friends and our close relationships, our close, romantic relationships, Capricorns are definitely talkers. And so you have to be approachable in that way that we feel like we can come to you and tell you about our day, tell you about things that's going on, tell you about the different projects that we have. Because most Capricorns like to talk about ourselves. Yes, I'm going to say it. Yes, we do. And if you are not easy to talk to, can we even be with you for real, for real? We don't need somebody in our lives who are going to get upset and angry anytime a conversation happens or a conversation isn't going the way that you want it to go. You just get upset and angry. That's another thing that a Capricorn cannot stand. Get your emotions in check, because we will not put up with that. And lastly, this should be a no-brainer. The final reason why I think a Capricorn will end a relationship with you, or a relationship could potentially end in disaster with your Capricorn, is if you are not being honest. Honesty will get you a long way in life. Honesty is something that is easy to give somebody, but sadly, it's not giving as frequently as it should be. It seems like people don't understand the importance of being honest with others, being open with people, just expressing your truth and what you have to say. Capricorns respect that the most. We want you to be honest with us. We want you to be open with us. Capricorns are definitely not the ones to be fake about our emotions and how we are feeling towards our partners and our close friends and those bonds that we build. So we honestly expect you to do the same. Just be truthful at all times with a Capricorn, and you will definitely have a flourishing relationship, and you will not have to worry about your relationship ending in disaster. All right, so down below, let me know what are some reasons why a relationship may have ended in disaster for you. I really like to hear what you guys have to say about these topics. And if you have any suggestions about future videos that you may want to see, leave those suggestions down below and I will be sure to get to them soon. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more videos, and you'll be sure to hear from me soon. All right, bye-bye.